And the more we think or operate from a place of, I'm not really part of this world, this universe, this planet, this Mother Earth, then the easier it is for us to just not feel connected, um, not feel grounded. So Earth makes us kind of grounded and may make us feel a whole bunch of other things. So I'm going to invite you now to do some breathing and to do a mudra as we do that breathing, okay? The mudra for today, the hand position, the mudra, is going to be, everyone just put your hands up with love. Your hands up with love. And we're going to go ahead and allow the ring finger and the thumb to touch, just the tip of the thumb and the ring finger. Good. And we're going to allow that to just drop heavily on the thighs. Roll the shoulders a couple times up, back, and around. Use that breath. So let's go ahead and just be aware of what the breath is. It in the chest, in the diaphragm? Just notice where it is at this moment. Let's go the other way with our shoulders rolling up, forward, back, and down. Up, forward, back, down, up, and a little faster. And let it go. Lift through the rib cage. Imagine not the chest, but the bottom of the ribs are lifting just a little. Not too much, just a little. And then you can roll the shoulders back and down. Let's roll the head a couple times. Big circle right above the shoulders, right above the neck. And we'll go the other way. Keep observing your breath. In Dr. Mario Martinez's work, he explains how with just bringing our awareness to a motion or a body part, the body will know what to do. The body will become aware, and thus, if the body needs to breathe a little deeper, it will do so, even without you having to give it some type of command. Let's bring the head back to center. And let's do observing the breath. Before we do any manipulation of the breath, we're going to observe it together. And we have our mudra, right? Middle finger and the tip of the thumb, tips of the middle finger, tips of the thumb together. And you could choose if you want to have like all the fingers spread out, or you would like to have the fingers close instead of ajar. You could just see what your body wants to do and go with that flow. Now let's close the eyes or look down to the tip of the nose. And if you're in a chair, make sure your feet are hip width apart and your knees are hip width apart. And you're not leaning back in the chair and you're upright, shoulders in line with the hips. And we're just going to notice the breath. Let's notice the tips of the fingers touching together in this manner, in this mudra. What is the feeling? What is the impact on the body, on the mind? Now let's go ahead and take our observation a step further and apply a little intention. Mudras will allow for transformation. According to the science of yoga, it's an electromagnetic current that stimulates the body into like a balance, an equilibrium of sorts, and enhancement of, hopefully you'll tell me, what do you feel? So let's go ahead with intention. We're going to inhale diaphragmatic breath, big Buddha belly breathing, breathing in through the nose. Make a big balloon, big Buddha belly. And then as you exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine. Stay long in the vertebrae, but relaxed at the same time. Let the body, tell the body even, Hey, it's okay to be upright but relaxed at the same time. And we're going to continue the breathing for 3 more. Inhaling into the nose, really widening the belly, drawing that breath past the chest and into the lower depths of the rib cage. Imagine filling up all the lungs, and draw the belly button in towards the spine to release that air slowly. Inspiration, inhale. And expire, exhale. Really drawing that belly button in. Let's do on the last one a little bit of a hold in the middle. So when you inhale, breathe in, fill up the belly with energy from the ether, from around you. With intention, draw the energy in. Hold the breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, and slowly let it out. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and relax the hands, palms face down, unclasp the thumb and the ring finger, and bring our hands onto the thighs. Let's take a moment to feel what came up, what thoughts, what feelings, what sensations. And let's move forward into warm-ups with our Hatha Yoga practice today. We're going to just lean forward slightly and off to the right and roll around for 3 more times. Big yet small circles right on top of your axis. Weight on to the thighs, using your hands and arms, engaging, keeping the body upright. Use the breath on that last one. Go inhale, no matter where you are in this little circle, over your own axis, and exhale. Good. Come back, come to a center, pause. Let's bring our hands to interlace, fingers clasp. This right here, what does this make you feel? What impact does it have on your mind? Let's take one breath right here. Look towards the palms, interlace like such. Use that breath, diaphragmatic breathing, breathing into the belly, big wide belly, belly button going out. Then exhale, bringing that belly button in towards spine. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Looking towards those palms. What is the impact? And exhale. Very good. Last one. Inhale. Hold the breath. And exhale. Notice, did your hands clasp tighter or did they relax? Just notice. It's really interesting what our body does. All right. Externally rotate out. So you're pressing through the fingers. That'll feel good if you happen to have clasped your hands. And extend the arms. Sometimes some of my clients will say, oh, I felt like a beggar. And I said, oh, that's why your hands got tight. Don't beg, my friend. Don't beg. Connect instead. Know that there's a divinity within all of you. All you got to do is remember. Don't beg for anything. Good. So from here, you're already on it. Some of you are going to go ahead and bring one hand down over to the left and extend that arm up and over. When you come over, try not to clasp the chest down and forward. Just bring yourself to tip like a little teapot. Very good. Inhale, arms out. Draw from the ether. We've already touched on that element. And exhale, bring the other hand down and extend to the other side. And always go a little bit slower in the beginning. We're warming up, we're extending, we're using polar opposites. So as you lean towards the right, you want to press down with an engaged, strong opposite side. So through that thigh. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, up. Rib cage still a little bit high. Exhale, you go into the other side with strength, with poise, with ease, and support. So that other leg is engaged, your other side as you extend. Very good. Let's come up. Inhale. This time, lift through the chin. And exhale, coming over to the other side. And this elbow can come in towards the side, touch the floor, or you can extend that arm a little bit further if you're collapsing or on your shoulder there. I want to collapse. You want to stay upright and right on top of your axis still, even as you're tilting. Come up to center. Inhale, looking up. Exhale. If you have enough space, extend the arms out to the left and right. If you don't have enough space, just bring them down and behind you, okay? So down, out, and behind you, or forward, down, and behind you. And let's lengthen and shake out the legs. I'm gonna go in a sideways position so you all can see the rest of my body. Okay. So the hands are behind and the fingertips are facing inward. We're gonna shake out the legs. Now, one of the things that I would love for you all to do is apply this to the first thing that you do when you wake up. Imagine that all that was you getting out of bed, getting right onto the floor, and waking up and connecting first thing in the morning. Okay, finding your ground, finding your center, and getting really super connected. So the fingertips facing inward, lift through the chest, look chin up, look towards the ceiling, and walk your heels back just a little. From here, round the back, allow the chin to come towards chest and really like a hunch over type sensation, and just shake a little left to right. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Now let's go ahead and apply the breath. Come to center, inhale, chin up. Push away from the floor, the mat behind you. Toes up. As you exhale, round the spine, pull the belly button in, chin towards chest, and look towards the belly button. Big round. One more time. So this is like a cat-cow pose, but reverse. Inhale. And again, the toes are up, thighs are engaged. Exhale, round and tuck. Fantastic. Good. And let's go ahead and come back to like a basic middle ground here. Your fingers can be pointed out to the left and right if there's a lot of tightness going on in the shoulders. We're going to walk the feet back so that they're flat and they're a little bit closer towards the sit bones, hip width apart, okay? So your hip width apart, they'll go more in a 45-degree angle for you. From here, you're just going to do the same to the lower body. You kind of jiggled a little side to side in the upper body, and you're warming up knees, hips, ankles. Breathe in and out. Just get that breath to be very, very slow, keeping the body, even though it's moving a lot faster than that rhythm of the inhalation and exhalation, you're in line, you're intact. All right, fantastic. Center it all out. Make sure your hands are either facing outward for your shoulders or pointing towards the sit bones. And you're gonna walk your feet back a little bit further if possible. If not, don't worry about it. And you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna lean kind of window wish-wash at the knees, but this time tilt your knee forward. That way you're getting a little bit more of a rotation in the hip and warming it up. Especially if you just woke up in the morning or you had a long day, you could do this in the night as well. So you're going to one side, tilting that knee forward and move. Anything on the tailbone is very grounding. If your hand comes up a little bit as you tilt that knee forward, it's okay. Just stay balanced as much as possible. Very good. Let's inhale and exhale. You're going a nice flow. Get a nice flow going. Fantastic. Now we're going to warm up a little bit more before we get up, and we're going to do the boat pose and come to center. So we're going to get our bodies really strong, really grounding. Again, you're on the sit bones, right on the tailbone. If you want, you can grab hold a little bit of the skin and move it out to the left and right. Get the feet nice and flat. Widen the stance, a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're going to bring the hands underneath the thighs. Hold yourself. Give yourself some support. Hold yourself. Lift through the chest just slightly. Roll the shoulders back and down. And you can stay right here and breathe just by leaning back a little, okay? Engaged arms, engaged abdominal region. If you're tucking, you're not gonna feel it. And if you go too far back, you're going to bypass it. It's going to hurt the thighs. And if you're up too high, you'll feel it maybe in your shoulders. So find the balance. You can flex the feet so the toes raise up, okay? And again, don't go any further if you start to feel any pain, okay? So if you do feel any pain, come back down to the hands behind you. Just shake it out and come back. It's all good. It's all good. Take care of your body. And we're lifting through the rib cage, right? Strengthening the abdominal wall, abdominal region, connecting with the hips, grounding, flexing the feet, rolling the shoulders back and down. Maybe you want to look right over the knees, not down, because it might make you round the back. And if you can, just lift the right leg and hold. And we're flexing. For 1, look towards the toes. 2, I'm still holding on. You can do that too. If you want a little bit more challenge, you're letting go and the hands come. Palms up, ready to receive. Palms down, grounding. And hands back to below the thighs. Hands come behind you and rock it out. Good job, everybody. Inhale. And you could do a wide one, you could even let the legs come down all the way and just windshield wipe side to side. It doesn't have to be. More is not better. Pain is no gain in yoga. All right, so let's come back to center. Balance, connect, ground. Hands come one by one under thighs. Flex the toes. Engage thighs, engage shins, engage abs. Lift through the chest, roll shoulders back and down. Hold on. You lean back just a little to engage the top abdominal region, right? Your abdominal. Everybody got a 6-pack? Anybody? Somebody got an 8-pack. I saw a face. And you're lifting through, extending the left leg. So you're pushing down with that left leg as you pull gently. Also, you got to have those opposites, right? So it's Hatha, sun, moon, yin, yang type thing. So the prana can move, the energy can flow. If you want a little challenge, you're letting go, palms up, pressing through. Give it to the abdominal wall, give it to the thigh. Inhale. And exhale, come back under. Foot comes down. And very good. Hands back behind you. So we're going to do a tabletop position. You're going to walk the feet. Oh, sorry. We'll rock it out. We'll rock it out. When it comes to earth element, we're really going to be strong, like bears and trees, the strong aspects of Mother Nature. And let's come back to center. Good. All right. So we're going to come up again. If this is a little too strenuous on your hands and shoulders to have the fingertips face in, you can face the fingertips out. You're going to walk the feet back as comfortable and as far as possible. Feet are hip width apart, and you're lifting through the rib cage, rolling shoulders back and down, looking straight in line ahead with the nose and lifting the hips. And you're going to hold here. If you feel that it's too much, it's fine on the shoulders and you want your fingers can point inward, but make sure that the elbows are soft. Squeeze the glutes, thighs are contracting. Look to the belly, and we're going to hold here for 3 breaths. At any time, please come down, rock it out, don't worry, and then come back, okay? So here we are. Inhale, lifting through the hips a little bit higher, soft elbows. And exhale. We'll do one more. You probably already did a couple breaths. As I was talking, I don't want to torture anyone. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. Come down slowly. Let's make a big V with the legs. Extend left, extend right. Walk slowly our bodies right on top of the sit bones. Inhale, extend the arms, and then up towards the sky. Inhale, flex the feet. Engage thighs. Inhale. This is just a gentle release from having done tabletop position, and you're walking forward as far as you can. Relaxing. Might not go too far, don't worry. Don't need it. You just need to go in the opposite direction for balance and poise. Harmony. Come back to center. Fantastic. And let's go ahead and walk those feet back to center. Okay, so we're gonna just roll over and come up to hands and knees, and you can face the camera, or you could go on to angle, whatever's clever, whatever your space allows for. More than anything, I'll get this out of the way. And if at any time someone can't hear me, please let me know. All right. From here, we're going to do child's pose. Uncurl the toes. Let's bring the knees about a little wider than hip width apart, so they're out like a V. Toes behind you are touching, and you're going to just hinge your hips back towards the heels and bring the forehead down. So this is a wonderful pose for lower back pain, menstrual cramps, abdominal cramps. If you feel, especially right now, if you feel you can't breathe, it's funny. They're actually using a pose called downing, going or something like that along those lines, where you're practically in this pose. You take a deep breath in, take one with me, and as you exhale, you kind of just exhaling with a ha sound out through the mouth. Well, we do that in yoga, so I was pretty excited to see that. So we're just going to do the regular one, which is inhale, walk your hands out as far as you can, make little tents, so you're up on the fingertips, and you're pressing away from the front of the mat, working your hips closer and closer to your tailbone. Tailbone towards the heels, and you can bring your forehead or your chin to the mat. Inhale. And exhale, come up a little bit higher and put some weight on those hands and begin to walk your hands back halfway down the mat. Come back up to all fours, and we're gonna do tabletop position in the prone state, okay? So from here, we're gonna go ahead, separate the fingers a little wider than normal, really grabbing, clasping the mat. And with feet, the knees, they're gonna come in a little bit closer than hip width apart. Lengthen and extend through the back leg. Let's choose the left leg. I can give you proper direction. Make sure the hip doesn't rise. Keep it leveled with the other side of the hip. Balance out your weight. Soften the elbows. Roll the shoulders back and down. Extend through the right arm and hold. We're going to do 3 breaths here. Rotate that hand so that the palm is up. This not only will help you keep that shoulder down, because the shoulder might want to go up. It'll keep your shoulder down. It'll also help you bring more energy, prana, into the body. And I want you to go ahead, inhale, and exhale down. Good. Let's go ahead and keep the toes curled and press the hips back towards the heels for a gentle break, forehead down to the floor. Mat, towel, whatever it is that's underneath you. Take a nice deep breath in here. Inhale into the belly. Rib cage widens. Full breath into all of the lungs. And exhale. Pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come back up. All fours. Let's get those hands right underneath the shoulders. The knees are a little bit closer in towards each other, but still a little space. Curled toes underneath. Extended right leg behind. Hip aligned with the floor and the other hip. Left arm up, extended, aligned with the shoulder blade. Palm rotates so that it's faced up. Breathe into that hand. If you feel this in your abdominal region, you're doing good. That means the hips are leveled. That means that the shoulders are backing down. That means you've got it. Hold it. Breathe into it. And bring the hands and the knees down. Good. Let's uncurl the toes here. Bring the knees a little closer. Hips back towards the heels, pressing away from the front of the mat. Sometimes getting that grip is a little hard. Grab hold of the sides of the mat if you want and press away, kind of push away to get the hips a little closer. This opens up the sacrum, the sacral area of the lower spine. Allows for a release so that if you have back pain or any sciatica issues, this is definitely the pose for you. Good. Looking forward, coming up to all fours. Let's go ahead and get some movement into this. All right, so our knees are a little bit wider than hip width, a little bit wider, that maybe a fist width apart, not too close, not too far. Get it in that Goldilocks, get in that Goldilocks zone. So we did the right leg last, so let's go ahead and do the left leg. Did we do the right leg last? I don't remember now. Doesn't matter, we'll do both. So we do the right leg. We did do the right leg, okay. Left leg, extend it out. Align it so that your hip, also make sure that this foot is being curled back. So imagine you're curling those toes underneath you towards your knee, okay? And right arm is up, extend it. I want you to inhale whatever you need in your life, whatever is going on, grab it because it's yours. All you gotta do is remember, and pull it in. That's it. Inhale. Expand, extend, and grab what it is and pull it in. Use that exhalation. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale, there you go. Grab it, pull it in. All that's happening is the elbows coming in. Nice and slow. I know this is challenging. It looks like you're not doing nothing, but you are. Extend, keep your balance on your left hand and on your right knee. Grab holds and pull it in. Keep the shoulder nice and aligned. Last one right here. Inhale, hold it. I want you to lift up a little bit. Rise up and pull it in. Exhale. Good. Hand and knee down. Who's sweating a little? Hips back. Relax. Forehead down. Very good, everybody. Feel the benefits of that pose in motion, that asana. Let's do the other side. You got this. On all fours, please. Separated fingers. We're on the face of the knees. Toes curled under for support. If anyone's knees are hurting, I forgot to mention, go ahead and fold the mat. That'll give you a little bit more cushion. Toes are curled. We're extending through the right leg. I get so into it, I forget which leg. And then you're extending through the left arm. Find your balance. Find a point to focus on as well. I hadn't mentioned that. It's called a drishti for anyone that's new. Inhale. Find it. Hold it. Grab it. Pull it in. So all that's happening is the knee and the elbow is coming underneath you. Inhale. Raise your vibration by remembering. Inhale. Exhale. Pull it in. Inhale. Extend. Press the right foot back as you extend the left arm forward. Hold it. Nice and balanced. Nothing's moving except the limbs. Exhale here. Inhale, extend. Breathe in. The palm is out. Press through the back leg and press through the arm. And then grab and pull it in. We got one more. We're going to raise it up. Inhale, extend. Lift. Inhale. And pull it in. And bring the hands and knees down. Uncurl the toes. Hips back. And relax. Beautiful. Feel the effects of that round of extended table. Breathe deeply. Fill up the lungs. Good. Let's go ahead and do one more variation of child's pose that we're in right now. Bring your hands alongside the body, fingers facing behind you, and just allow your shoulders to droop over, kind of like a turtle. Just droop over. And just relax in this pose as much as possible. Then one by one, bring your hands out in front. Inhale. And exhale, look forward. Come back up to all fours. Undo the mat if that was folded underneath you. And we're going to go into downward facing dog. Remember that any of those child poses are available to you so that you can go ahead and do child pose with the knees out to the left and right, toes curled underneath, toes not curled, whatever it is that is most comfortable for your body, you're going to go ahead and do that. So from here, we're going to go ahead and walk our hands a little further forward. So if you're in tabletop position with me, let's do that together. We're just going to have our hands walk slightly forward, just a tad, so that we have almost like a 45-degree angle with the front arm. Curl the toes underneath, and we're going to lift through the hips. So long legs, high on the balls of the feet, and we're just going to bend one knee, lengthen the other, bend one knee and lengthen the other. You're going to start to push away from the front of the mat, come up and down as you do that, kind of like a seesaw. Bend the knee, lengthen, bend the other knee and lengthen, so that you're treading. It's almost like you're treading, elliptical type motion. And your separated fingertips, palming the mat. Inhale, use the breath. And exhale. And you can breathe in and out through your mouth. If you feel the need to breathe in and out of the nose, you can do that. Whatever is most comfortable. The goal is to get that breath to come in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. So let's take a gentle break and come down. And I'm going to show you what we're about to do. So just come to a gentle break, hands on the thighs, and you're getting some weight to strengthen the ankles. We don't do this pose a lot in our daily life or ever. We're going to have the toes curled. See if you can put some weight on here and just hold this pose for just a moment. Roll shoulders back and down. And I'm going to go through the motion of what we're about to do. So we're going to move. We're going to flow and move like earth, very grounded. So you're staying here for just a moment, and I'm going to show you what we're about to do. So we're going to go from downward facing dog. We're going to go knees, chest, and chin. Scoop forward up to upward dog. And then we're going to press back to downward dog. And we're going to do that 5 times. Now you can, just fine, you can come all the way down, right? And then come up halfway, which I recommend if you have had any surgery or have any thing that's preventing you from doing this scooping motion, okay? Beautiful. So from the pre-camel pose, because we're all gonna do this pose later, we're gonna come up onto the knees, inhale. Extend and connect. And exhale, bring that energy down. Bring the hands back in front of you into a tabletop position. Walk the hands slightly in front of you for a 45-degree angle. Shoulders are rolling back and down as you lift through the hips. Heels work their way down for 1 breath in downward dog. Looking through the ankles, relaxing the head, shake it out. You're pressing away from the front of the mat. And then you come up to your tippy toes. Put some weight over your hands like a push-up position. Bring the knees down. And continue allowing your upper body to go down so the chest comes between the thumbs and the chin comes down after. Now keep your elbows in and scoop forward and up to upward dog. Shoulders are back, and then keep going all the way to downward dog. Curl the toes, lift the knees, keep pressing back. Contract the thighs, come down in the armpit area, look through the ankles. Very good, everyone. Doing your best. Don't push too much. Effort, not strain. Then start to lean your body weight into a push-up position. You're up high on the balls of the feet. Bend the knees to touch. Chest in between the thumbs. And then scoop forward, coming up and pushing back. Curled toes. That's an exhalation. Belly button comes in towards the spine to help you go back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Beautiful. We'll stay here for 1 breath, pressing away from the front of the mat. Fingertips are separated. See if you can get a little external rotation in the elbows so that your shoulder goes back and supports the upper spine. And let that go. Good. We're going to come up on the balls of the feet. You could bring your knees down, bend your chest, or you can bring your weight forward like we did in the other one. Chin is down, elbows in, scooping forward. Uncurl the toes and lift up. Squeeze and engage the thighs and glutes here a little bit. And you're still looking forward. Looking forward. The thing that lifts and rises is the chest and the shoulders go back. But you still look forward. And press the hips back. Downward dog. I believe that was 3. In my personal training years, my clients would count because I would always lose count. So we're going to go ahead, look towards the hands, come up onto the balls of the feet, knees, chest, chin. Inhale. Exhale. Push through. Then inhale all the way up. Squeezing the glutes. Toes pointed. Exhale. Curls. Toes. Toes curled. Press back. Downward dog. Beautiful. And I think I'll leave it there. Inhale. Hold here. And exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and separate the feet wider than hip width apart. I think I might have been only on the floor, but I'll give you a break if I was. And we're going to bend the knees a little, come up high on the balls of the feet a little. Just walk your hands back one by one, like a big cat. You're just stretching it out. Come all the way back to the feet. And I'm going to ask you to turn the toes out a little bit to the left and right. And I'll face the camera. And you're just going to hang out. If that's uncomfortable, you can keep your feet, toes pointing forward, parallel to each other. We're going to interlace the forearms and hang out for a second. And allow any tension that was built up in that series of a flowing yoga, a little vinyasa going on over there, to just relax out of us. Give it back to Mama Nature. She knows what to do with all that. You know, it's amazing how trees take the CO2 and we get the O2. So anything heavy, release it right now. Let it go. You're worth calm, patience, love, forgiveness. Just hang it all out. Maybe do a little shaky shake, up and down. It's kind of like, you know, when you shake your bag or your purse out on the on the table or the bed. Just shake it out. Just go up and down a little bit. Shake it out. All right, let's go side to side. A little rock left and right. Any tension that was accumulated in the hips, shoulders, neck, allow the head to just drop. You know, it's said that the head comes along for the ride anyway. You know, the head doesn't really like go too far forward or go too far back. It just stays right on top of its axis as the rest of the body moves, kind of like the sun, all right? It's kind of like the sun, and everything else moves around the sun, no matter where the sun goes. Bend the knees deeply, inhale. Get that breath all the way into the back of the lungs, rib cage, expanding like big scales of fish breathing. And exhale. Bend the knees a little deeper, inhale. And as you exhale, hands on the thighs, come up halfway. Exhale. You can breathe in one more time. So you're on a very high stool. You're in a sitting position. You're in a victorious squat. We use this in the moon poses. Inhale and exhale. Come all the way up to stand. Very nice. Inhale, arms out to the left and right. This is the star position in the moon salutation. Inhale and exhale. Let's close the eyes, do a little scanning. Scan the feet all the way up the legs, hips, any tension, let it go. You want the thighs to be engaged, but you don't want to tight. You don't want to lock anywhere. Let that prana, let that energy flow through the feet, through the ankles, up through the thighs. A little gluteal tightness there. Engagement is okay to support the lower back, but not too tight that you're holding tension. And we're lifting through the rib cage. Imagine the bottom of the ribs. We're lifting right in there, extending through the arms. Palms up, ready to receive, or palms down, grounding. Whatever it is you need. Maybe you need a little both. Put one hand up, one hand down. It's all good. And lengthen through the spine, through the top, to the crown of the head. And the reason why we're bringing some moon stuff into here is because the moon rotates around the earth. It affects the waters. So let's ground and lift, lengthen out and forward and back. Good. Switch the palms. If you had one palm up and one palm down, we're going to hold here for another breath. Fingertips together. Inhale. Looking straight out, a point right in front of you that's not going to move. Find a focal point. We call it a dristi in yoga, in the Sanskrit language. Take a deep breath in. And a nice slow exhalation out. Hands up towards the sky. Good. And exhale, we're going to do that same little tilt that we did earlier on the floor. Right hand comes towards the knee. Don't put any weight, just a little tap there. And you're tilting over to the left, grounding through the opposite leg. Very good. Come up to center and up. Let's go the other way. Right hand comes down just a touch. You have a nice big stride in your star pose, and your other hand comes up towards the sky. Engage through the opposite leg. Very good. And come back to center. Good. Now we're going to apply that same feeling, that same little tilt. If you want to use a wall, you can use the wall. If you have something that you can align your body up against, you can do that. So this is, probably shouldn't use this, but imagine it's a wall and you're up against the wall and you have your toes out to the left and right, okay? You're just gonna tilt in the back foot, keep your legs long, all right? Inhale, arms come out like so. Breathe. If you don't need the wall, just make sure you stay right on top of your feet, nice and grounded. If you're using the wall, make sure your hip is aligned with the wall, but don't collapse into it, but use it as a break if you need it, okay? So you're here, your chest is open, you're just gonna tilt over like so, but towards the shin. So you're in a triangle pose. From here, you're gonna bend the knee and come down over the toes. And you can stay right here, you don't have to go any further. You can even come up onto the back of the forearm and stay right here. Strong back leg and this nice deep lunge. Don't have to go any further. You're gonna get incredible strength, incredible alignment. Just keep rotating and opening that heart and working your gaze upward. All right, for all others that wanna go a little bit further, we're actually gonna lift to do a half moon, okay? And so that means that your hand's gonna come up over the knee and you're just gonna start to come off, go on the ball of the back foot, come off until you kind of lift, flex the back foot, and you're holding. Now this back foot, like we were doing earlier, you wanna flex the toes, flex the foot, all right? And you're up, contract, soft with the front knee, and you can keep your leg low, you can keep your leg high and work towards gaining it, all right? If anyone needs to come down, just come down a little and keep going and keep trying. Anna, make sure that knee is soft, that you're not locked. Yes, beautiful. Good, nice openness, keeping your rotation. Good, Isabel. Oh, I love it. Very nice. Find a focal point that won't move, and we'll hold there for one more breath. If you're in the extended pose, you're gonna go ahead and work your right hand to the floor and keep opening and rotating. And you're all in alignment. So you're in alignment, upper head, the crown, arm, elbow, and knee, all in line. Even if the hand, the forearm is on the shin, on the knee, still in line, opening, working. Inhale. In order to come out of the half moon, you're gonna go ahead and bring the left hand down, fingertips, and then bend that back knee. And let's come all the way back down. One by one, we're gonna come into the tabletop position. We're gonna do a cat-cow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, turn the tailbone up. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, chin in towards chest, uncurl the toes, and then push away. Just push away from the front of the mat. Now, another variation of child pose is getting one fist on top of the other and coming forehead to fist, one on top of the other. Breathing, inhale, and exhale. Good. I could have did tree pose, but I'm sure everybody knows tree pose. So let's go ahead, extend through the arms. Come up to child's pose. Curl the toes underneath. Hips up high, heels down low. Last downward dog of the day. Inhale, looking through the ankles, pressing away from the front of the mat, shoulders down the back, hips up high, heels down low, toes separated. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to go ahead, bend and come up high on the balls of the feet, and the knees come down. Instead of bringing the chest and the chin down, we're going to go ahead and inhale one more time up. Exhale in the cow pose, and bring that left knee up, close to the left hand. Because you've created that roundedness, it gives you that ability to kind of bring that arm up, right? Superstar status. Good. So you're going to lift through the back leg. 45-degree angle that back foot. I'm going to show you my tailbone for a little bit so you get all angles. And again, we can come up onto the back of the forearm, press away from the front of the mat, shoulders come back, extend through the left leg, arm extends. So you have a push away from the back, a push away from the front, you have an extension, and you're breathing. Yeah? Looking good. All right. Also, a little bit of a hip opener. So you're opening up a little bit, opening up in that heart. All right. So we're going to go ahead for all others. If you're on the wall, it's the same thing, exact same thing if you're on the wall. If you're on the wall, it's the exact same thing. Escosemi. All right. So you're here. You could even start with your hand down, and then you lift that back leg. Engage this thigh. Leave that hand down and begin to open first in the chest. And then you can bring that back leg up. But really flex through it. The stronger that thigh, the better. All right? Very nice. You're gaining strength. You're gaining groundedness. You're gaining poise, ease. I think someone has a block. Awesome. Forgot to mention those because I'm in my mother's home at the time being. For the time being, I don't have any of my toys. But yes, if you have a block, you can use that and then to give you some more leverage. And then as you come up here, you'll have something higher. But you can also come up on the balls of the tips of the fingers as well. And then begin to rotate and open. That's more important. The rotation of the rib cage is more important than how high the leg goes. Okay? Because that'll actually happen later on. So the more rotation, there it is. And you'll find that sweet spot. There you go. For those that have their forearm on the thigh, just going to bring that hand down for a second and extend the arm over. Inhale. And come down a little bit more if possible in the thigh. And exhale, hand comes down for everybody. Leg comes down, knee comes down to mat. Inhale. Exhale, round the back. So give some space for that left knee to come back. And we're going to go ahead and come to all fours, uncurl the toes, separate the knees a little bit wider. Good, and bring the hips back. Let's see if our chest can come down towards the mat. I worship you, Mother Earth. No, I'm joking. Connection, right? No worship, no begging, not needed. All love. Peace and love, peace and love. Good. Come up. Let's walk our hands back. We're going to do camel pose and lay down. So we're going to do a quick camel pose. We're going to come onto the thighs, lift all the way up. You're going to curl the toes underneath. Look to the right heel and tap. Inhale, other arm extends up. And lean your hip forward. And that's camel pose. It's easy. Stay in alignment. Look up towards the hand. You're connecting above, grounding below. If you already have this pose, you can put the palm of the hand around the heel to go a little bit deeper and begin to arch your spine a little bit more. Some more pressing of the hips forward allows you to come back. Very good. Inhale and exhale. Don't know what came up right there. So sorry. Beautiful. From here, come to sit down almost on the heels, hands together in front of the heart, namaste hands, and come back up onto the knees. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, look towards the left ankle, left heel, fingertips over the left heel. And what you're doing is you're just pressing your hips forward, lifting through the heart and raising that up, raising to a higher frequency in your heart, in your body, in your mind. If the palm could come over the heel, lift through the hips, press away from the heel as you extend your right arm up towards the sky. Breathe in, open up that heart, and come to sit. And hands together in front of the heart. And then hands out to the sides. Unravel the legs below, beneath you. Extend them. Center the body on the mat. Feet flat on the mat like we did earlier. One hand in front underneath the thighs. Let's see what I'm doing on time. Oh no! Only 5 minutes left. All right, so we'll have to do a quick relaxation. Sorry. And inhale, lift. And exhale, unravel one vertebra at a time, lowering your body down, using your hands as brakes underneath the thighs, and you're coming down little by little. Make sure you have enough room behind you. If you don't, shift forward a little bit and then come down. If you have any back pain, you're just going to keep your knees bent. Walk your feet out to the left and right sides of the mat and let the knees drop in. If you don't have any issues with the lower back, allow your body to be a big giant star and just let it all go. We're going to do a quick scanning, but it's going to be quality. All right? Quality. Make sure everybody can hear me. Nothing in the chat. Fantastical. So we're laying down. Wonderful stars, you all. Beautiful. Namaste. Let's go ahead and do a scanning of the toes, of the balls of the feet, the arches, the heels, the ankles, the shins and the calves, the knees. And what are we scanning for, you might be thinking? Again, going with the basic principle of just observing and allowing what will need to come to just flow in. Maybe you need to relax. Maybe you need to center. We're just laying down, sweetheart. Nope. We're laying down. I was just trying to see if everybody was laying down. And you're relaxing, if that's what's needed. You're breathing deeper, if that's what's needed. Let's go ahead and continue to scan. Just be the observer for a moment. Scan the lower belly and hips and thighs. Beautiful. I'll let you know when to come up. And we're scanning the lower back, middle back, upper back as the observer. We're scanning the belly, the chest, the shoulders. Connecting on a deeper somatic level of awareness. The body is intelligent, and we're tapping into that intelligence. Our innate cells, our energy, our prana, observing the arms down to the fingers. Observe the fingers all the way back up, the arms to the shoulders. Observe the neck and the back of the head, the sides of the head, the top of the head, the back of the head. Observe the ears and the mouth to the chin, the tongue, cheeks, the nose, the eyes, the eyeballs and their sockets, the eyebrows, temples, and forehead. We have another few moments here. When it's time to come out, I'll do the Om sound vibration to announce coming back. So just give a few moments, really observe the breath, observe the body on the floor. If a thought comes, let it float on by. We are observers of the body right now, not of the mind. Observe the inflow and outflow of air, the rise and the fall of the belly, the pulse floating through the body and veins. Perhaps there's a little tingling or some type of warmth. Perhaps this is the spirit body, the energetic pathways. Release completely into the floor. Into the earth. Go ahead and bring the thumb and the ring finger to touch. And we're going to do 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Using that diaphragmatic breathing. There is nothing but the now, the present, in the infinity of life, where I am, all is perfect, whole and complete. Keep breathing in. I am the one. I am one with the power that created me. I recognize my body as a good friend. Each cell in my body has divine intelligence. I am a reflection of the nature all around. I choose to be healthy, self-aware, patient, grateful, loving, and kind. Inhale and release. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. Rub them. Maybe clap. Rub a little bit. Creating nice heat, warmth. Bring them over the eyes. Bring the hands, the palms over the eyes, fingertips over the forehead towards the hairline. Breathe in that warmth, that darkness. It is here where we illuminate deeper our light, where we find connection to our inner intuition. Doubt, never, never, never doubt your intuitive voice. A lot of times it tells you, I've left the keys in the house, and you doubt it to only know that the keys are still in the house. Don't fight with your inner knowing. Inhale, warmth, darkness. Exhale, walk the feet up one by one, hands together in front of the heart once more. Roll all the way over towards the left side of the body. Those wonderful hands become your pillow. Let's hold here in gratitude for love and light and the ability to make things right, having opportunities in the present, and thanking this awesome practice for existing and being our guide on this path of life. Roll even more so over onto the forearms and hands and come up slowly, little by little, little by little. Come back into a simple sitting pose, one ankle in front of the other, one ankle on top of the other, or you can even V out the legs and stay right up top of the sit bones. Let's do One final Om together. The ring finger, tip of the thumb, hands onto the thighs, lengthen through the spine. Little smile on those lips. Inhale, and as you exhale, we'll Om to close out this session together. Thanking our spirits for sharing space. Inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May you all have a peaceful mind, a useful body, and an easeful life. Thank you all for allowing me to facilitate today. Make sure to give some of that good energy back out to all and to anyone that's in need. And that way we're always in reciprocity. Om Shanti. Thank you all. Any questions? I'll stick around. Much love.